My name is Grayson Harper. Kane's text came through at 21:17 a.m. Sis, you're not elite enough for the Harper NYE party. Stay home. I responded, perfect. My party's somewhere else. 3 weeks later, I transferred $80,000 through Graywave LLC and took ownership of a 48-foot yacht. I named it Gray Gray on the stern, the nickname they'd mocked me with since 8th grade. On December 20th, I posted a TikTok from the flybridge. One take, no filters, with the caption, "My own end-of-year spot." By sunrise, it had surpassed 5 million views. Kane saw it. Dad saw it. Mom saw it. On December 30th, they stormed Edgartown Harbor Marina, accompanied by a man in a black hoodie carrying a tool bag, ready to bypass the biometric locks. Len waved fake docking papers like they were golden. I blocked the gangway. No docking orders filed. Step off. They shoved past and hammered on the cabin door. The lock clicked. The door creaked open, and the face that greeted them left them speechless. Smash the subscribe button and ring the bell, because what happened inside that cabin flipped the entire family upside down. Drop a comment. Would you have opened the door? My name is Grayson Harper, and I build brands for a living out of a one-bedroom apartment in Boston's North End. I shoot product reels, negotiate sponsorships, and turn caffeine into deadlines. Most days end with me editing until the tea runs out. Growing up in the Harper house meant one rule. Kane came first. My little brother was the high school quarterback, throwing for 3,000 yards his senior year. Colleges sent scouts, and local papers ran his photo above the fold. Dad, Len Harper, coached the Boosters Club and turned every dinner into a recap of Kane's stats. Mom, Kay Harper, kept a scrapbook thicker than my college transcripts. I was the afterthought. At age 10, I asked if I could invite 2 friends to the family New Year's Eve party. Dad laughed. This isn't a sleepover, Grayson. It's for donors. I spent the night in my room, counting fireworks through the window. At age 12, Kane got a new dirt bike for Christmas. I got socks. Mom said athletes need gear. I learned to film Kane's practices on my flip phone and edit the clips so recruiters would notice. Nobody asked what I wanted to study. By 15, the pattern was set. Kane missed curfew after a game, and Dad high-fived him. I missed dinner editing a school project, and Mom grounded me for priorities. Aunt Rowan Harper, Dad's younger sister, started calling every Sunday from Providence. She was the family rebel. Divorced at 30, built a small real estate firm, and refused to bow to Len's rules. Gray, Gray, she'd say, using the nickname Kane invented to tease my quiet voice. Your turn's coming. Keep grinding. I hated the name then, but her calls were oxygen. Senior year, Kane tore his ACL in the state semifinals. The scouts vanished. Dad sank into silence. Mom into wine. I won a partial scholarship to Emerson for digital media. They forgot to attend my graduation. Kane sulked on the couch, icing his knee, muttering that colleges only cared about flash anyway. I moved out at 22 with 2 duffels and a laptop. Boston rent ate half my internship pay, but I posted my first sponsored reel for a local coffee shop and hit 10,000 views overnight. Brands trickled in. By 25, I quit the day job. Kane, at 21, bounced between community college and odd jobs, still living at home. Dad paid his truck note. Mom cooked his favorites. Last fall, Kane announced his girlfriend Lane was pregnant. Dad threw a gender reveal at the country club. I got the invite 3 days late, stuck behind a coupon mailer. I texted, "Congrats." No reply. Thanksgiving. I drove down. Kane cornered me in the garage. You think your little videos make you somebody? Dad says influencers peak at 30. I shrugged. At least I peak on my own dime. He smirked and walked off. Aunt Rowan called that night. She had heard the garage conversation. Kane scared Gray. His knee never healed right and now a kid. Don't let them drag you back. She paused. Remember Hayes from Emerson? The maritime law guy. He's practicing in Boston now. Keep his number. Family gets messy. I saved the contact. Hayes and I had bonded over late-night edits in the media lab. He'd switched to law after his dad lost a boat in a lean mess. Smart, quiet, zero drama, December rolled in cold. Kane posted gym selfies with the caption, "Comeback season." Dad commented with fire emojis. Mom shared ultrasound pics. I kept posting skincare routines, tech unboxings, and the numbers kept climbing steadily. One Sunday, Aunt Rowan FaceTimed from her office. Len's planning the biggest NYE bash yet. Once the whole Cape Cod crowd mentioned using my fancy job to comp champagne, I rolled my eyes. Not happening, she laughed. Good. Build your empire, kid. They'll notice when it's too late. I hung up, motivated. The next campaign pitch landed Monday morning. A winter wellness brand needed a holiday push. I outlined the series that night, fingers flying across the keyboard. 3 weeks into the campaign, the numbers exploded. The wellness brand wanted cozy winter vibes, hot cocoa, weighted blankets, LED face masks. I scripted 15-second hooks shot in my apartment with ring lights and a fake fireplace app. Views climbed daily. Midweek, the client emailed, saying engagement had beat projections by 40%. Friday morning, the direct deposit hit, $80,000 labeled as a performance bonus. I stared at the bank alert as my coffee cooled. No loans, no investors, just my edits and captions. I called Hayes that afternoon. Need advice on shielding cash from family claims. He laughed. Set up an LLC. Maritime assets complicate things. Meet me tomorrow. We grabbed beers at a dockside bar in East Boston. Hayes spread paperwork across the table. Graywave LLC, files in Delaware, operates in Massachusetts. You own 100%. Yacht purchase runs through it. Creditors hate piercing that veil. I nodded and signed digitally on his tablet. Filing fees cost $400. Monday, I scrolled yacht listings. A 48-foot 1998 Hatter sat in Edgartown Harbor as a foreclosure repo, asking $95,000. Hull solid, engines rebuilt last year, interior gutted for refit. I wired a 10% deposit before lunch. The broker called back stunned. Cash deal, closing in 10 days. Closing day, I flew to Martha's Vineyard on the ferry, with Hayes tagging along for the walkthrough. The surveyor poked and prodded. The BGE tapped the keel, declared her seaworthy. I transferred the balance from the Graywave account. Title transferred clean. No liens, no surprises. Back in the marina office, I signed the stern nameplate form. Gray, I told the clerk. She raised an eyebrow but stamped it. The nickname stung less in chrome letters. The refit started immediately. I hired a vineyard handyman to install new teak decks, a modern galley, and LED strips under the gunnels. The electrician installed biometric scanners on the companionway and master stateroom. Thumbprint or facial recognition only. No keys to copy. The app was linked to my phone and alerted me if anyone tampered. Hayes reviewed the work order. Smart. Massachusetts recognizes electronic access as a valid locking mechanism. Trespass laws apply on water, same as land. He flagged the insurance rider for high-value electronics. The upholstery crew arrived next. Leather benches and neutral gray blackout curtains. Queen berth in the forward cabin. I added a compact desk with a ring light and mounted dual monitors for shooting at anchor. The generator upgrade handled the load. Plumbing overhaul took 4 days. New heads, instant hot water, and a gray water tank with a pump outfitting. I tested every valve myself, knees soaked in BGE water. The yard foreman grinned. The first owner I've seen who knows which end of a wrench to use. The final week focused on tech. A Starlink dome on the radar arch and 4 security cameras with night vision motion sensors, all tied to the same biometric panel. Hayes ran a mock breach, trying to force the salon slider. The alarm blared in 30 seconds. The marina office called instantly. I paid the yard invoice, $22,000 total. Graywave LLC's checking account still had breathing room. Standing on the swim platform, the salt air sharp, I watched the nameplate get bolted on. Gray gleamed under floodlights. Hayes clapped my shoulder. She's yours, free and clear. Register her in the LLC, flag her Massachusetts. Nobody touches her without your print. I exhaled, tension unwinding for the first time in years. That night, I slept aboard for the first time. The berth creaked gently, the water lapping the hull. No family group chats, no boosters club obligations, just the hum of the bilge pump and my own breathing. The first weekend in December, I motored Gray out of the slip alone. The engines purred smoothly. No crew needed for a shakedown cruise. I dropped anchor off Chappaquiddick, the water as flat as glass. I set the phone on a tripod bolted to the rail. The sun-low sky streaked orange. In one take, I popped a bottle of Prosecco, poured it into a plastic flute, and leaned against the transom. Testing the new office, I said to the lens, then panned across the deck. No script, no cuts. I edited it in the salon that night, trimming it to 14 seconds, adding a subtle text overlay. My own NYE spot. I uploaded it before midnight. Notifications started slow, then snowballed. By dawn, the clip had crossed 1 million views. Brands slid into my DMs. The wellness client texted congratulations. Monday morning, it hit 5 million. TikTok pushed it to the For You page nationwide. Comments poured in, people tagging friends and asking for marina details. I pinned one private slip, invite only. Kane's message arrived at 9:42 a.m. Cute boat, sis. Still not Harper level. NY is at the club. Don't embarrass us by begging in. I read it twice, thumb hovering. Then typed, already got plans. Enjoy the club. Sent blocked his number. Blocked moms. Blocked dads. The group chat went silent on my end. Views kept climbing. A yacht broker in Florida quoted the video in a listing. Local news ran a segment on influencer boat life. I muted everything except work emails. Tuesday. I fueled up, checked the weather. Clear through the holidays. Stocked the galley with non-perishables, extra batteries, and portable charger banks. The biometric panel blinked green every time I boarded. Wednesday, the clip spawned stitches. Users duplicating the post, swapping Prosecco for beer. Duets rolled in, comedians mocking rich kid problems. Travelers asked for coordinates. I let the algorithm run. Thursday, a production company inquired about sponsored content aboard. I quoted the triple rate through Graywave LLC. They wired the deposit the same day. Kane tried Instagram. Neck slid into stories with a gym mirror selfie. Caption: real wins don't need filters. I screenshot it, archived it, and moved on. Friday, I ran diagnostics. Bilge pumps, nav lights, VHF radio, all green. The marina office left a voicemail confirming the winter slip extension. I returned the call and paid through March. Saturday morning, the video crossed 8 million. TikTok sent a creator fund alert. Extra revenue incoming. I transferred it straight to the LLC. Kane's wife, Lane, posted an ultrasound update, tagging the family account. No mention of me. Fine. I spent the afternoon polishing brass fittings, coiling lines, and labeling storage bins. The boat felt like an extension of my apartment. Quiet, controlled, mine. Evening brought a wind shift. I raised anchor and motored back to Edgartown. Docked smoothly, lines secured in under 5 minutes. The harbor lights reflected off the water, steady and calm. My phone buzzed with a brand rep call for a last-minute holiday collab. I took it on the flybridge, feet up, notebook open. The deal closed in 10 minutes. Night settled in cold. I brewed tea in the galley and watched the numbers tick past 10 million. Comments shifted to NYE plans. People reserving tables, booking flights. I scrolled, sipped, planned. Nothing public. Kane sent one final text from a new number. Dad says, bring the boat to the club dock. We'll handle security. I deleted it, blocked the number again, and powered down. The harbor stayed quiet, just Howard's clinking against masts. I locked the companionway set. The alarm crawled into the berth. Sleep came fast. 10 minutes after I posted the clip, a notification pinged from an unknown email. Kane's gym promo address. Boat's cute, but NY needs space for 50. Dock it at the club. We'll take over. I replied to the address. Not available. Then marked it as spam. Mom emailed from the family account next. Family tradition, Grayson. Len booked the band. Bring the yacht. I archived it without response. Dad left a voicemail at the marina office. Staff forwarded the audio. His voice crackled. This isn't a request. The Harper name opens doors. Park at the club slip by Friday, or we handle logistics. I played it for Hayes over speakerphone. He smirked. Indirect pressure. Marina's private Edgartown enforces docking permits strictly. File a no docking order today. We drafted it in his office. Graywave letterhead. A clear denial of permission, citing Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 91. I signed. Hayes emailed the manager and harbor master, with me CC'd. The manager confirmed. The order was logged. Any unauthorized vessel was denied berth. Kane switched to a burner app email that evening. Subject, NYE itinerary. Attachment, guest list, catering menu, fireworks permit. Body, confirmed slip assignment. Security arrives at 6 p.m. I forwarded it to junk. The next morning, a courier delivered an envelope to the marina office addressed to Gray owner. Inside was a forged docking reservation under the Harper family trust, dated last month. My signature was crudely copied. The harbor master rejected it on site. The trust was non-existent, and the dates conflicted with LLC records. Hayes reviewed the scan. Sloppy inkjet from a strip mall printer. I'll send a cease and desist, he said. He attached the document to a formal letter, demanding to halt fraudulent submissions, with a copy sent to the local PD's records unit. Certified mail tracking enabled. Dad's assistant emailed a reminder from the real estate firm account. Club expects the vessel. Sponsors committed. Confirmed by EOD, I let Hayes reply. Permission denied per attached order, Lane messaged from her work phone. Kane's stressed. Baby's due soon. Just let us use it one night. I texted back. Congrats on the baby. Answer still no. Hayes updated the file with every thread, timestamped. Pattern established. They escalate. We document. Kane tried a marina voicemail next. Left with Dockmaster. Tell Grayson the family needs the boat. Dad's blood pressure's through the roof. The staff transcribed and emailed me. I saved the PDF. Mom sent a physical card via courier. Handwritten, think of your brother's future. I photographed and filed it. Hayes filed the no-docking order with the county clerk for public record. Fee, $40. A scanned copy was emailed to all parties. The marina posted a laminated notice on the gate. Gray, private vessel. No unauthorized docking. I checked the docks twice daily and confirmed with staff. No unfamiliar faces. Dad's assistant attached a backdated rental contract in another email, with my forged e-signature and the Gray Wave stamp photoshopped. Hayes reported the incident to the State Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division as potential identity misuse. The harbor master messaged about a second reservation attempt under my name denied, documents destroyed. Kane's final email came from a temporary address. You'll regret this. Hayes flagged it for harassment and logged it. The week before New Year's Eve, I tested the alarm system remotely. The marina responded in 90 seconds. Hayes dropped by with takeout. Trail's bulletproof. They appear. It's trespassing on record. I nodded, chewing. The water stayed flat, boats rocking gently. New Year's Eve, 7 p.m. at Edgartown Harbor. The temperature hovered around 28 degrees. I watched from the flybridge as Dad's black Suburban rolled into the parking lot, headlights cutting through the fog. Kane hopped out first, Lane waddling behind in a puffer coat. Mom followed, carrying a tote of decorations. A stranger in a dark jacket carried a canvas bag, tools clinking inside. They marched down the dock like they owned it. Dad waved a printout. Grayson, open up. Party starts in an hour. I stayed put, phone recording. Leave. Orders in effect. Kane ignored me and climbed the gangway. The biometric panel flashed red at his thumb. He pounded on the door. Override this crap. The stranger knelt, unzipped the bag, and pulled out a handheld device, trying to jam the signal. The lights blinked erratically, then locked harder. Lane tugged at Kane's sleeve. This is insane, she said. No. Kane shrugged her off. Family asset. Back me up. Mom set the tote down. Grayson, think of the guests. Champagne's chilling in the car. Dad dialed someone on speaker. Security's boarded. Need assistance. No answer. He was bluffing. I hit the marina emergency button. The siren whooped from the office. Dock lights flooded brightly. Officer Reed arrived in a patrol truck, boots crunching on the ice. Evening. Complaint of unauthorized access. Dad thrust the fake papers at him. We have a reservation. Reed scanned the papers, shook his head. Denied weeks ago. LLC order on file. Step back. Kane lunged at the panel again. It's my sister's toy. We're taking it. Lane's face crumpled. Come on, Kane, the baby's kicking like crazy. This stress. Shut up, Lane. Not now. She zipped her coat tighter. I'm done. Kane turned and marched back down the gangway, heels clicking sharply. He got in the Suburban and slammed the door. Mom chased after Lane. Honey, wait. Kane kept fiddling with the device. Reed stepped between them. Sir, cease or you're detained. The stranger packed up quickly, muttered about warrants, and slipped away into the shadows. Dad's voice rose. This is harassment. I know the chief. He read out the radio transmission. Possible trespass. Gray slip. Rook, the captain. I'd hired for maintenance, emerged from the engine room hatch, live streaming, steady, documenting for insurance. He called out to Kane. Notice charged. Turn that off. Reed blocked his way and stepped back. Recordings are legal in public, Rook replied. The officer arrived, flashlight sweeping, ordering everyone off the vessel. Dad argued, his volume rising, pleading. Kane cursed under his breath. Reed issued verbal warnings, leave or citations. They retreated slowly. Dad, the last to go, glared over his shoulder. Lane started the Suburban and peeled out without them. Tires spun on gravel. Rook kept rolling, capturing the moment until the family piled into Dad's truck, the taillights fading. Reed approached me. File a report tomorrow. We'll patrol extra tonight. I nodded, exhaled into the frosty air. Thanks. He tipped his hat and cruised away. Rook pocketed his phone. Got it all. Faces clear, audio crisp. 10 million views by morning if you want. I shook my head. Hold it. Evidence first. He locked the companionway behind us. The harbor fell silent again, just the ice cracking against hulls. The clock struck midnight, and fireworks exploded over the harbor. Rook raised a plastic cup of sparkling cider. To owning your space. We clinked glasses on the flybridge, just the two of us, music low from the salon speakers. Rook uploaded the footage at 12:05, edited it tight with captions. Neutral. Private property respected. Views spiked immediately. By 2 a.m., it crossed 10 million. Comments flooded in. Support, outrage, memes. January 2nd, Dad filed suit in Dukes County, claiming family interest in the Gray Wave assets. Hayes countered with LLC docs and Marina Log's biometric records. The judge dismissed the case in a preliminary hearing. No standing case. Frivolous. Dad paid the court costs. Lane served Kane papers on January 5th. Irreconcilable differences. Cited public humiliation. She moved to her sister's in Boston, kept the ultrasound private. Kane texted from a bar. You ruined everything. I deleted the app. Mom mailed a letter, an apology mixed with blame. I returned it to sender. Dad's business listings dropped, reviews tanked overnight. Sponsors pulled their NYE recaps. Hayes closed the file. Sanctions possible if they refile. I cruised Gray solo in February, anchored off Nantucket. No invites, no tags. Aunt Rowan called once. Proud of you, Gray. Blood doesn't buy loyalty. I blocked the family domain, shredded old photos, and updated emergency contacts, Hayes only. Self-reliance became the real inheritance. No trust fund, no fallback. Just the hull beneath my feet and decisions I controlled.